Hey traders, Mark here. Today is Tuesday, May 1st. This year is moving right along. Gang, I am back and been trying to play catch up the last 2 days. It's been a heck of a last 48 hours. I've had a streak of bad luck with technology, which is never fun. So anyway, just kind of wading through that. But I am just now getting to a video here. And I thought what I would do is I would just walk through the last 2 days with these zones. So what you're looking at right here is Monday's action, and then we'll go through Tuesday's action. And then I want to answer some questions on the forex stuff because I had a couple of questions that I wanted to get to. So let's go ahead and walk through this day. So again, all I'm doing is I am requiring my stochastic to be either oversold for a short or overbought for a short or oversold for a long. And if I have both trend indicators lined up, I'm just taking the trade. If I only have one indicator lined up, I'm looking for divergence. Now, I'm keeping the divergence in this video. I'm keeping divergence just the standard type of divergence where you have a let's see, trying to find one. This looks like divergence right here. Oh, here we go. Where you have a high, like right here, and you have a either equal high or higher high, but your stoch makes a lower high. Now, the other type of divergence that I have mentioned is what's called retracement divergence. Now, the reason I'm not showing that right now is because if you're trading live, it's going to be really difficult to see that retracement divergence in a live market setting. It has to be programmed. And right now, I'm trying to walk through the logic on that, because anytime you start programming something, just because your eye can see it doesn't mean you can get it coded, okay? It has to be very objective. Now, I'm going to get there. I just haven't had a bunch of time to put into it. So, that being said, let's move on. All right, so in this area here, this is an old zone, so I wait for a fresh zone after the market opens. So I would not be looking for a trade there or even down here. Okay. So here I'd be looking for a trade. Now you can see this spot right here, my stochastic is not oversold, so no trade. It is oversold right here, so I'm in that trade, and that's a minus 45 because my ATR at this point is 2.03. So I'm going to round that to 2.25. And NASDAQ is $5 per tick. And that is 9 ticks. Okay. Okay, then I take another one here because I'm back. I go oversold right here, but you can see that price is not in the zone. It does come in the zone here. So I'm taking a trade. Actually, let me... You know what? I didn't check to see if I would have been stopped out here. I'm sure I would have. Would have been in at 6,700. Interesting. I would not have been stopped out there. As you can see, my entry here would have been 6,700 even. My stop would have been 97.75, which would have been right here. Okay, well, that's actually not a loss. Scratch that. Okay, my next area where I would be looking for a trade would be right here. And that ends up being a good trade. So now, since I have a target hit, I need what's called a reset, where I need to break below and have the most recent blue zone stop printing. It's not enough just to break below it. It has to stop printing. And then I need a fresh pink zone after target's hit. There's my fresh pink zone. Now I'm waiting for a break of blue with blue to stop printing, which is right here. Okay, so at this point I now have my reset, and what I'm going to look for now is either I could take another long trade, or I'm looking for a short trade. Okay, so right here I need divergence. So at this point my stochastic is at 100, and then as we make a new high, my stochastic is at 95.24. That is divergence. That is a trade. And then through here, this point right here, stochastic is at 96.08. At this point here, it's at 97.87, so there's no divergence there. Okay, so we move on to the next new high, which is right here. And we're going to look at this one. It will be 77.55. There is divergence here, but you can see there was never an entry. Now we move to here. It's back at 100. There's no divergence. So there's only one trade there. Oh, the other thing to make note of, I do take the last two zones. So I'll take, if it doesn't set up here, I will look at this one again up here. But now I've got a fresh zone right here. Okay, everything turns red and red. Here's my entry. My entry there is 67.0250. So I need to get down to 66.8250. That does not quite hit it. Still in the trade. Still in the trade. And finally have your target. Okay, so now I need my reset. Pretty big move. Okay, there's my reset. This last pink zone stopped printing, and I have a blue zone. So now I could be looking for a trade in here, and it never sets up until right here. I do end up with divergence right in here for a loss of minus 45, and then another one down there for minus 40. That's an old pink zone, so I'm not using that. Okay, here we go. Let's look at this one. So at this point right here, my stochastic is at 0. And at this point here, it's at 1.59. That is divergence, so I'm looking for a trade. And there's your target. So in order to take another long, I need a reset. There's my reset. Okay, there are no trades in there. Okay, I had divergence right here for minus 40, and then I kind of got killed here. What the heck? I logged another trade that's not an actual trade. Guys, I'm half asleep at the wheel here. Clearly my stochastic is not over bought. Okay. So I need to add back $95 on this last one. So then, okay, I would have had a trade here. Would have had a trade here. And I would have had a trade right here. I think. Let me just double check that. 275 is my stop. I'd be in at 22.25. So was that 23.25? Man, I am really struggling, guys. That's not a trade either. So what happens when you get 2 hours of sleep overnight? Oh boy. Okay, so I need to add back 145. Okay, then at the end of the day there would have been a divergence trade right here, and then through this area there was no divergence. Right here stochastic is at 0. Right here it's at 2.63. Could have had divergence there, but it never set up. Then right here it goes down to 233, which is lower than 263. And then it's the end of the day. Okay. Alright, so I need to add back in 145. So that's going to be 775. Okay, so that was Monday. That's a great day, gang. Now let's move forward and look at Tuesday. Now, what you need to make note of today is Apple had earnings after the market. Gang, Apple represents a large percentage of the NASDAQ, so an Apple earnings day, well, it might as well be a Fed day for the NASDAQ. Okay, you're going to have very choppy action, and you're going to see just how unlucky the day was. Now, if I used retracement divergence, this day would have been a green day. But as it is, it was not. So let's just walk through some trades. Okay, it starts here. I'm green and green. I would have had an entry right there for minus 35. I would have had an entry right here for minus 30. And then at this point, you can see I get a red, so I need divergence, which I do not have. And then look, so I don't have divergence here, so I can't take a trade. Now, at this point here, I could look for divergence again. I don't have it here either. So I can't take a trade, and you get a beautiful move out of there. It's just unfortunate the way this thing's set up. It never set up for me. So now I could look for shorts, but guys, my stochastic is pegged at 100 right here. So if we move up, here it's also pegged at 100. Right here, pegged at 100. Here at 100. And here at 100. So there was never an entry there. Now, it's really unfortunate that I missed this long, but that's just the way it goes, right? Now, again, at this point right here, if I use retracement divergence, there's a chance I could have been long right here. Now, I'd have to calculate it, but this is my point, right? I can't see this real time. I need an indicator that can look at this and just paint a color for me so I don't have to calculate that. Okay, so now I go red, red, so there's no trades in here. I'm looking for divergence, which I never get in here before that zone that zone shuts off. And again, another missed opportunity. Okay, there's no red, so I'm not looking for any shorts. Okay, here I've got a divergence trade right there for minus 50. Okay, here there is no divergence. We go higher, and then the zone stops printing. And then again, there's no green. By the time it turns green, the zone stopped printing, so there's nothing to do in there. Here I take a loss of 45. I still would have been in the trade here until right in this area, so would have had another loss of minus 45 and another one here. Okay, no short up there. It's all red. Here's a spot that just would not have let me in. Okay, now I'm red and red. Now here, look at this, guys. What are the odds of this one right here? So look, see how I'm red and red here? So I would be short at this point. And because I'm short, I don't get to take this one. And that one is money. Same with this one. I don't get to take either one of them because I'm freaking short. I almost think you need two different accounts. Okay, then it finally lets me in here with divergence, and it's a loss. Lets me in again. Oh, and here, even better, gang, look. So I get in long right here, and because I'm long, I can't get short here with the divergence trade, which would have been a winner. Instead, I get to take this loss, and this loss. And none of these would have been triggered with divergence. Okay, finally got a trade. So now I need a fresh reset, which I end up never getting. So I don't get to take any of these trades because I never got a reset. Okay? So that day, today, would have been minus 65 a contract. Overall, between the 2 days, you're still over $700 a contract. And that's before commission. You know, there's probably about 20 trades in there, so back out $100 for commissions, and you're looking at $600 a contract. If you're trading 4 contracts, gang, you got a $2,400 week. All right. So, forex, gang. I had some questions on if I switch time frames because the last video I showed, I had a 15-minute chart up. Gang, it was a 15-minute chart. However, it was being ran off of an hourly time frame. That is the beauty of this specific indicator. This indicator that you guys are looking at is actually going to replace a lot of the things that I'm doing. I'm just about done with the coding of it. I'm trying to match. Right now, I'm trying to match the levels on Thinkorswim with NinjaTrader, and it's proven to be a bit more of a challenge than I had imagined, but it's one of those things where it will get done. Anyway, just thought I would kind of peek in here and show you guys this week. And like I mentioned last week, I got a small surprise for you. I'm not sure when I'm going to reveal it, but you guys are going to love it. All right, gang. Have a great rest of your day or evening, and I will catch you later.